Hello, I'm Kris of Krissys Over the Mountain Crochet, and I'm here to show you how to make the floating shamrock stitch. This is not an applique. This is crocheted around the posts of the stitches below where you are working. See this green? This green is, these single crochet stitches are made. You get to the point you want to make the shamrock stitch. You go down the post, across into the two loops, and back up another post and make the stem and secure it, and continue single crocheting until you get to where you want to place a floating shamrock stitch. This is a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy this tutorial. It won't take very long. The floating shamrock stitch is very easy. You need a base of double crochet stitches or treble stitches. How the floating shamrock stitch works is I have a marker here, and I will execute a single crochet stitch right here. Then I will crochet down the post. Then that would be one leaf. Then the second leaf would be in these top two loops of the two rows before. Then I would turn and go up this post and then come together and draw the shamrock together. The single crochet stitches are needed in order for the shamrock stitch to sit and float in the proper manner. Attaching the stem and securing the stem, a single crochet stitch is best. You can change the color at the point of the join on the shamrock stitch row, or you can change the color right before you execute this single crochet to make the shamrock stitch. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do this with a contrasting color. So I will make a single crochet in the stitch where I will be executing the shamrock, the floating shamrock. So now I turn my work slightly and I just highlight this post. I need to slip stitch into this post, chain 4, and make a treble. And a treble is yarn over twice, insert hook, pull up a loop, and you have 4 on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You have these stitches. Then you will execute a half double crochet, which is yarn over, pull through all 3 on the loop hook. Now let's execute another treble stitch. Now chain 4 and slip stitch back down around that post. This is the first shamrock leaf made. Now this shamrock leaf will lay down against your work. So the wrong side of the work is showing, but it's the right side of the work because it's the shamrock leaf you're wanting to show. Now we turn our work and we find these top 2 loops of the 2 rows below. So the V, we all crochet into that V. So now we're going to slip stitch into under the top 2 loops, chain 4, treble stitch, half double crochet, treble stitch, chain 4, and slip stitch back in to that under those top 2 loops. Now we have 2 shamrock leaves made. Now we will crochet up this second post. Now keep in mind, we will need to use this stitch to secure the stem. It will be hiding behind the shamrock, but remember, that's the last step on the shamrock, and I want to point out that there is a stitch there. If you feel like you might miss it, you might want to place a marker in this stitch. All right, so now I need to highlight this post, kind of pick it up so that it has a little bit of relief. Single slip stitch, chain 4, treble, half double crochet, shove those stitches over just a bit, there we go, treble, chain 4, and slip stitch. All right, we have a shamrock, but the bottom of it is open. We need to come across. We need to come across and slip stitch in this slip stitch. Let me pull that out of the way. There's a slip stitch right here. We're going to slip stitch this closed, put the yarn in front, come across, and slip stitch. There we go. Our shamrock is closed and cute as can be. Now we need to chain 6 and slip stitch in the second chain from the hook, and in each chain there is a photo tutorial on how to execute the Shamrock Stitch on CrissysOverTheMountainCrochet.com. Just go to the search bar and look for Shamrock Stitch or Shamrock. Let me get that right. There we go. Now we have a stem, but it is loose, but remember, we need to execute a single crochet in the marked stitch. And you'll get so you won't need to mark that after a while. The more you do this, the more you just intuitively know where that stitch is. Let me make a couple of other single crochet stitches across. And there you have it. And the stem just kind of lays there nicely. How nice is that? I am so happy that I found this stitch. Now, since I am making a towel topper, I have these 7 stitches apart. There are 7 stitches in between each shamrock. And as you can see, they're pretty close together. You would want to have at least 6 to 7 stitches apart. You can spread them 20 stitches apart. If you were wanting to put them 30 stitches apart, you can. I would not put them any closer than 5 stitches apart. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I have a few designs that have this floating shamrock stitch. There is a beanie, a messy bun, a coffee cozy, and a tutu dress. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was really good to have you on my side of the mountain. If you have any questions about this, you can always reach me on Facebook at Krissys Over the Mountain Crochet and Crafts, or at CrissysOverTheMountainCrochet.com.